children, you are welcome to another lesson in English language, grammar, and I'm your regular grammar teacher, Mr. Henfo. We've come far with our lesson on conjunctions. I do believe you are enjoying it, just as I'm doing. Very good. Today we are looking at the last set of conjunctions that we have here, which are so and because. So before this lesson ends, you are expected to be able to use the conjunctions so and because correctly in sentences and then in speech. Just as we do every day, let's take a look at our keywords. The first keyword that we have here is action. Action. What does action mean? Action is the act of doing something. So whatever thing that we perform, whatever activity that we perform that requires a kind of energy from us, like jumping, playing football, running, hopping, and the rest, they are all actions. Let's look at the second keyword, which is reason. Reason is an explanation for an action. An explanation for an action. People do things because of certain things. And those things, why they do those things, is what we call reasons. Good. The last keyword, which is result. The outcome of something. Every action that we perform, there's an outcome of it, or there's something that we see at the end of it, and that is what is known as what? Result. Good. I hope you remember what we studied last time on grammar. What did we study? Good. We looked at the conjunctions or and if. And what did we say about them? We said that the conjunction or gives us choices. So we can choose between two or more things. And then the conjunction if, we said that it tells us the condition for something, the condition that something will happen. So things happen because of earlier actions that were performed or earlier things that were done. So we use if to show condition. Good. So today I told you that we are going to look at the conjunction so and because. So and because are similar, or they have a lot of similarities, but there's a thin line or there's a slight difference between these two. So we'll take a look at the similarities, and then after that we will look at the differences that are between them. Good. The similarities are that they both tell us the reasons for actions that people perform. The reason why people perform certain actions. For example, a sentence like, he came to the house because mommy was sick. He came to the house because mommy was what? Sick. So why did he come to the house? He came because mommy was sick. So the action was that he came to the house, and the reason for the action was that mommy was what? Sick. And then in the same sentence we can use so. It will go like, mommy was sick, so he came to the house. So in these two sentences, they are all telling us reasons and the actions people performed, or people performed certain actions because of the reasons. And what is those reasons? Mommy was sick. And what was the action that they took because mommy was sick? He came to the house. Very good. So let's take a look at the differences with the following examples. Let's look at the differences between so and because with the following examples that we have on the screen here. The first sentence that we have is, he ate the rice because he was hungry. And then the second one, he was hungry, so he ate the rice. If we look at this sentence critically, we realize that with the use of because, the action comes before the reason. The action that the person took comes before the reason why he took the action. He ate the rice is what? Is the action. And what was the reason? He was hungry. But when we look at the use of so, the reason comes before the action. He was hungry. That is the reason. So he ate the rice. So this is the difference between so and because. In using because, I said the action comes before what? The reason. But with the use of so, the reason comes before the action. Good. Let's look at the second example. I helped mommy because mommy was tired. And the second one, mommy was tired, so I helped her. In these two sentences also, they are telling us the reason why a particular girl helped her mother. And what was the reason? Because her mother was what? Tired. Good. Let's look at the third one. He passed the exams because he studied hard. With the use of so, we have he studied hard, so he passed the exams. I hope you are getting it. Very good. Let's take a look at the fourth example. Amma went to the hospital because she was sick. With the use of so, Amma was sick, so she went to the hospital. I believe you are following closely and you are looking at where the reason and where the actions have been stated. Good. The last one, she went to school because she wanted to see her friend. And then with the use of so, she wanted to see her friend, so she went to school. I hope you are not getting confused. Very good. What we are saying is that with the use of because, the action comes before the reason. But with the use of so, the reason comes before the action. Excellent. Let's try to perform this simple activity by placing in the empty spaces the appropriate conjunction. Let's look at the first one. He sat on the chair, dash, he was tired. Between so and because, what do you think is the appropriate conjunction that we can put in this space? Just take a look at it critically. The action comes before the reason. Yes, very good. So it's going to be because. So it's going to read, he sat on the chair because he was tired. Good. Let's look at the second one. He was tired, dash, he sat on the chair. Here in this sentence, the reason comes before the action. So what conjunction between so and because do you think will fit in here? Good. It's going to be so. So our sentence is going to read, he was tired, so he sat on the chair. I hope you are following closely. Let's take a look at the second activity. She could not sit, dash, her chair was broken. She could not sit, her chair was broken. Here too, the action is coming before the reason. So what is our conjunction here? Very good, because she could not sit because her chair was broken. Her chair was broken, dash, she could not sit. Her chair was broken, dash, she could not sit. Very good. So her chair was broken, so she could not sit. Let's take a look at the last activity. He bathed, dash, he was very dirty. Take a look at it critically. Action and reason, which one comes first? Very good. It's the action. He bathed. Why did he bath? He was dirty. So what is the conjunction here? Because. Good. The last one. He was very dirty, dash, he took his bath. Good. The reason is coming before what? The action. So it's definitely going to be what? So. Very good. I hope you understood today's lesson very well. Excellent. That's very fine. The end of our lesson today. I do believe you enjoyed it very well. What did we learn today? Good. We learned about the use of the conjunction so and because. And what did we say about them? Do you remember we said they have similarities as well as differences? Good. So what are the similarities that we said? We said that they both tell the reason why people perform some action, or they tell us the action and the reason in sentences and in speech. And what did we say are the differences? We said the differences are that with the use of because, the action comes before the reason, but with the use of so, the reason comes before the action. Good. I have an assignment for you today. I want you to take your jotters and write this assignment down and then solve it on your own in your house. So our heading is, or our topic is, put in so or because to complete the following sentences. So let's look at the first one. Mommy went home, dash, she was tired. And then the second, Mommy was tired, dash, she went home. The second example, the glass fell, dash, it was at the edge of the table. The glass was at the edge of the table, dash, it fell. The last one, sweep the floor, dash, it is untidy. The floor is untidy, dash, sweep the floor. Children, I'll come your way again. Bye.